Greetings, YouTube. It's rare to get such late in the day compensation news, but that is what we have seen happen for those of you who attempted and endured nightmare raids last time out. Greetings, summoners. Over the past week, we've spent a lot of time gathering feedback on nightmare raids from various sources. Nightmare raids are supposed to be difficult. However, we also want them to be something that's fun, engaging, and overall less of a pain point than they currently are. I think it's fair to say that we missed the mark on the latter half of that goal during the first iteration. We have some plans to address that and create a smoother experience for the return in round 2. So far, really good accountability by Kabam. They are letting the player base know that they screwed up and they're taking responsibility for it. First things first, Nightmare Raids clearly didn't hit the standard we hold ourselves to, and we remain committed to hitting that high mark. With that said, let's talk about compensation, shall we? The C word, compensation. All summoners who partook in Nightmare Raids, whether completed or not, I mean that's huge, will be receiving the following compensation package. 180 raid tickets, okay. 1 light essence, 1 Titan crystal, a jackpot, and the final nightmare chest. So that's pretty huge. A 7-star crystal, 5 million gold. 2 tier 6 class catalyst crystals. I mean, those aren't selectors, so not the biggest deal there. 1 tier 4 alpha, 5,000 glory. Now let's talk about how we're going to make this right for round 2. Next time you see Nightmare Raids, you can expect to see the following node changes: the removal of phase nodes, fight timers increase from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. That's huge. Tuning adjustment to the crush penance on Apocalypse. With the introduction of Nightmare Raids, we've realized we added too much complexity all at once. We still want to chase a higher level of difficulty for this content, but we understand that it's Nightmare, or it's currently not the right type of difficulty. With that, we'll be removing phase nodes for upcoming Nightmare Raids, as we're still aiming for the pinnacle of difficult Alliance Quest content. We'll be targeting an increase in Defender health as a safer way to do this, coupled with longer fight timers. Summoners will be met with less complex fights, alongside an avenue to ramp their attacker to deal satisfying damage. Finally, we've heard from many say that the crush passive on Apocalypse was too warping to deal with. We'll be addressing this by lowering the difficulty on the penance, likely by reducing its duration, but we might move in a different direction after further testing. As Defender changes, you can expect to see the following: reduce Cork's Thorns damage even further, remove Jabari Panther's Cleanse, remove Apocalypse's Stun into block. It's no secret that Korg was a major problem this past week. Going forward, his Thorns will be given a solid bump down from its current tuning to relieve chip damage. Additionally, we found Jabari's Cleanse passive to interact poorly with too many of the roll boosts. We feel like cutting it from her kit is the best avenue forward. Finally, Apocalypse's Stun into block is a key RPG element to his Defender kit. We feel like it's providing an adequate challenge in raids, but just like Jabari's Cleanse, it's interfering with too many of the boosts that require you to block. We want to ensure that players still have control over maximizing their boosts and damage, and we'll be looking into them more for future updates as necessary. So if you spent, 4,000 units or whatever to get through it, you may not feel like the compensation is enough, but all in all, it's going to be good. They're also adding a champion swap node after the final boss, or the first boss of each path. That's interesting. We've heard that summoners feel that raids punish them if they choose the wrong attacker. Only in Nightmare Raids, though, not in other raids. well, crazy good compensation overall. And that's my takeaway from this video. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel. Tomorrow's my birthday, so it's quite the week. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.